Welcome back to Daily AI News at Let's Data Science. It's 2026-0708. Today, we're diving into some pivotal developments from the future of machine intelligence to major product launches. Let's get to it. Our first top story is OpenAI's reported path toward a broader GPT 5.6 rollout in the United States, and the bigger takeaway goes well beyond another model release. Axios reported that the U.S. Department of Commerce cleared a broad launch after additional testing conducted by the Center for AI Standards and Innovation, although Reuters said it could not independently verify that approval claim. Separately, OpenAI confirmed that its GPT 5.6 family, consisting of Sol, Terra, and Luna, is scheduled for public availability on July 9th, following an earlier staged preview. From a technical perspective, OpenAI's system card classifies all three models as high capability for cybersecurity and biological and chemical risk, while remaining below the company's critical threshold. That means deployment planning increasingly depends not only on model performance, but also on documented safeguards, red team evidence, access controls, and post launch monitoring. For engineering teams, the practical lesson is that migrating to a new frontier model may now require governance reviews, customer eligibility checks, and compliance documentation alongside the usual API integration work. This is an important signal that model release management is becoming closely tied to policy and operational risk. Our second story focuses on AI infrastructure. Samba Nova announced the first close of a $1 billion Series F financing at an $11 billion post-money valuation. General Atlantic led the round, with significant participation from Seligman Ventures, T. Rowe Price Associates, and Capital Group, while additional investors include Intel Capital, BlackRock Managed Funds, Qatar Investment Authority, and Vista Equity Partners. What makes this funding especially notable is the accompanying enterprise deployment. Samba Nova says JP Morgan Chase selected its SN40L and SN50 reconfigurable data flow unit systems for secure on-premises AI inference. Rather than competing directly as a general-purpose GPU platform, Samba Nova is positioning its architecture around inference workloads where latency, predictable costs, and data control are critical. For organizations evaluating production AI infrastructure, this reinforces that specialized inference hardware is gaining traction. The key metrics remain total cost per token, operational tooling, model compatibility, security integration, and real-world latency, rather than headline chip specifications alone. Our third top story comes from Japan, where Rapidus continues pursuing domestic production of advanced 2-nanometer logic semiconductors. According to the company's roadmap, its pilot line in Chitose has been operating since April 2025, with mass production targeted for 2027. Rapidus was established with backing from major Japanese companies including Toyota, Sony, NTT, SoftBank, NEC, Denso, Kioxia, and Mitsubishi UFJ Bank. For the AI industry, this is fundamentally a supply chain story. Advanced accelerators depend on leading-edge semiconductor manufacturing, and any additional source of advanced node production could eventually provide greater geographic diversification for AI hardware. At the same time, execution remains the central question. Infrastructure planners should closely monitor manufacturing yields, customer commitments, design kit maturity, and chiplet packaging capabilities before treating Rapidus as a meaningful alternative in production procurement strategies. Our fourth top story highlights how AI safety practices continue to face legal scrutiny. The government of British Columbia announced that it has retained legal counsel in both British Columbia and California to explore legal action against OpenAI over the handling of ChatGPT threats before the February 10th Tumbler Ridge school shooting. Provincial officials allege that threats flagged through ChatGPT were not reported to law enforcement before the attack, while OpenAI has previously stated that the information did not meet its threshold for referral to authorities. For trust and safety teams, this case could become an important precedent. Beyond content moderation itself, organizations may need increasingly detailed audit trails documenting who reviewed high-risk interactions, how escalation decisions were made, whether repeat accounts were detected, and under what circumstances law enforcement notification becomes appropriate. Regardless of how the legal process unfolds, the operational implications for AI governance are already significant. Now, for a few other key updates in our lightning round. Samsung has begun mass production of its PM1763 PCIe 6.0 Enterprise SSD, designed for AI and high performance computing infrastructure. Samsung says the 16 terabyte version delivers sequential read speeds up to 28,400 megabytes per second using ninth generation VNAND and a new 4 nanometer controller. Infrastructure teams will want independent validation of sustained throughput, thermals, endurance, and integration before drawing conclusions about production performance. South Korea is facing a growing infrastructure challenge, as energy experts warn that planned AI data centers and semiconductor fabrication facilities could require roughly 216.4 terawatt hours of electricity annually, exceeding demand growth assumptions in the country's current long-term power plan. The debate around the upcoming 12th Basic Plan for electricity supply could directly influence future AI infrastructure deployment. In AI research, Oreka released OpenDDE, an Apache 2.0 open-source biomolecular foundation model for drug discovery. The release includes code, checkpoints, inference pipelines, benchmarks, and a technical report describing a 655 million parameter model trained using approximately 414,000 GPU hours. While reported benchmark results are promising, independent validation and successful integration into laboratory workflows remain the next milestones. Alipay is expanding agentic commerce by connecting its Xiaoyu conversational assistant to 30 million Alipay tap payment devices. Merchants can use the assistant for business analytics, marketing recommendations, and membership management directly from payment terminals. The deployment also connects with Taobao Instant Commerce and Alipay's broader AI payment ecosystem, illustrating how AI agents are increasingly moving beyond mobile apps into physical retail operations. Naver Cloud and Mistral AI announced a manufacturing AI partnership focused on sovereign AI deployments across Europe, Asia, and Korea. The companies plan joint research, technical collaboration, and field deployment support, emphasizing secure industrial AI implementations where data sovereignty and localized infrastructure are major customer requirements. Finally, Samsung-backed AI chip startup Rebellions is targeting a South Korean IPO during the first or second quarter of 2027, according to CEO Sung-Yoon Park in an interview with CNBC. Investors and enterprise customers will be watching future regulatory filings closely for details on revenue, customer concentration, software ecosystem maturity, and commercial adoption. And that's your AI briefing for today. The landscape is moving faster than ever, and we'll be here to track it with you. For more insights, visit us at letsdatascience.com. Thanks for tuning in, stay curious, and we'll be back tomorrow with the latest in AI.